everyone, this is Pragati along with my teammates Sumit, Yash, and our cameraman Saman and Aviraj. We are the student of Maharaja Ranjit Singh's groups of institutions. We welcome you sir today. My first question is, can you share a bit about your journey? What inspired you to start Jeeta Innovation Lab?
Thank you for having me today. So, I started my career in about 1996. I passed out from REC Jalandhar. I did my industrial engineering. I had a campus job with the same Gobind Group, which was into making grinding wheels and cutting fluids. So, I worked there about 1.5 years. Then I moved into software. I joined Infosys. For about a year, I was working with Infosys and I had my US posting due, and I came back to join my family business. So we were in the business of manufacturing composite parts for automotive vehicles. We also made shooting ranges for defense applications, for sports applications. And I used to, as a school and college student, I used to work in the summer vacations in my factory and do things. So I was always excited to come back. But obviously, when I left Infosys, I was told that I would get half the salary if I was to come back. I agreed to it, and next 25 years, that's all that I did, growing the company from a 30-40 people organization to a 700 people organization with 100 crore turnover. We had plants in Indore, Goa, Dharwad, Chennai. We also joint venture with a company called Wind in Germany. And we're catering to all the major automotive OEMs in India, right from Volvo, Eicher, Tata Motors, Post Motors, Ashok Leyland. We were also delivering parts to the London buses. And it was an interesting journey, growing the organization from scratch. But it came to a point where I was not, at some point the growth was there and I wasn't really doing anything new every day. So we did a lot of innovation in our technology, in our processes. We came up with new technologies to make the parts. But at some point it was, I realized that I was good in problem solving, but I was not really doing problem solving every day. It was the same set of problems every day in the automotive field. So at some point I said I want to exit and work in the grassroots. So 21, I exited my business, I sold off my stake. And initially I was wondering what to do, and I connected with Mr. Sonam Wangchuk in Ladakh, and 22 entire I spent with Mr. Sonam Wangchuk in Ladakh, converting all his ideas into businesses. We had come up with these passive solar heated houses, and was building it for the army. He wanted to build for the army on the border area so that even on -20° without any heating, the buildings could be at +20. So I helped scale up that business. In that year, we made about 16 new buildings for the army on the Chinese border, on the various locations across Ladakh. And that helped bring in a lot of revenue, which, was a model where an institute with interns, with people who were researching there, could build technologies that could be implemented on ground, and the revenue from them could help sustain the institute. So we used to pay stipend to the students who came there, rather than, them paying a fee. So it was an interesting model. So that time I had worked on the passive solar heated houses. I knew nothing about construction, but I learned on the fly, went to the sites, used to travel to all these areas on the border and build there. Extreme cold temperature, very high altitude, very difficult to even breathe there, but we used to work there. We also set up homestays in various villages where, the farm stays could sustain the kind of emptying villages. So rather than, the older parents would open a farm stay where tourists would come in, and with the coming in revenue, hopefully the youngsters would come back. So there were quite a few interesting set projects that we did. End of 22, I came back after 1 year there, where I'd set up all the systems. So my need wasn't there really anymore. So I came back. And after coming back, I started curating and mentoring a lot of startups. This was all pro bono. So I was guiding a lot of startups, about 6-7 of them. And we came to a point where we wanted to also curate startups which were working in the sustainability and environment field. So that's where Jeeta Innovation came in. That we started off with the first project where we had a young person who wanted to do something about banana waste. So he had fields in Burhanpur and he was trying to make, you know, atta out of banana, and that business model was not working out quite well. So what we said, let's look into the complete value stream of banana. So when the banana fruiting happens, the tree dies off. There's no more thing that happens, and because it isn't, there's a lot of water in it, and it's just mass, so it rots on the field, leading to greenhouse gases. So we said, what can we do about this? So we took that stem, chopped it up, juiced it out. Whatever juice came out, we fed back to the field and said this is a fertilizer. And with that small, mass that we created, that mass was shredded and mixed with starch, and we created cups and plates out of it, like these. So these are the cups and plates that we built out of those banana waste. And the beauty about these was that after you have eaten out of these plates, these are edible by cattle. So this is a cattle feed as well. So we created 3 value stream out of one project. And that's the beauty of the design that we made. So that's your poha plate, that's your kachori plate, but together this is a delivery box for Zomato or Swiggy. Okay, so we figured out a lot of unique solutions that time. And the point was that how do we make this sustainable? So there are not many companies which curate such solutions which are related to sustainability, environment and other things, and that's where I wanted to put my focus on. So I had done my money part of my life was over in my business, so I wanted to work on ideas that could help me create solutions for grassroots which people wouldn't risk normally, and where it's not easy. Lots of people had worked on banana, but nobody thought that you could create 3 value stream to make the product viable, and that's what we did. I also then started working with an organization called Udyam Learning Foundation, where we are an NGO who work on grassroots to help businesses more entrepreneurial, small business. We work with small businesses, we work with students, and we help them create make their incomes better. So like we work across villages in MP and Maharashtra today, where we work with small women-run businesses and help improve their incomes. These are small businesses like kirana, cloth store, tailoring stores, and so on and so forth. But the point was that most of these businesses don't make enough money. Like there are about 30% of women entrepreneurs in India are women. But if you see 30% of women entrepreneurs in India are tailors. Okay, so, but if you see tailoring, there's no business. Finally, a small country like Bangladesh beats us hollow in textiles, despite having such a large population of women tailors in India. So we thought, what can we do about it? And that's where I curated the next startup, which is called Shakti Jhola. So Shakti Jhola came up with an idea that how can we run a distributed manufacturing setup. So rather than having a large factory where you hire people and run things, we followed the Amul and Lijjat Papad model. We said there's just one table out of which a factory runs, and you source the raw material, create kits, let the women in the villages do the production, and then you get it back. So we created a hub and spoke model where lots of these women started stitching bags. So we started off with bags. So right from a 6 rupee market bag to a 2000 rupee tote bag, we made them all based on the skill available there. And this startup sells those products. They have recently opened their own new store as well. This is close by here. But then we are not just now selling just bags, but also hand woven products, artisanal products, handmade bangles. So lots of these products are now being added to that. So point is, Zita was always about how do we bring in sustainable solutions, environmental friendly solutions, and how can we connect the rural masses to better options. So Zita and Udyam together is what makes my day today.
So sir, as you said, you work with a lot of different companies and ideas. What was your peak and what was your lowest point of the life?
I've always had peaks, I've never had lows, I would say. There's no point worrying about peaks and lows when you go and do things. So I delivered a TED talk which said, waking up to an exciting day every day. So the first day of my job, I had an HR manager in Granville Norton called Captain Shaker, and he said something very beautiful. He said, if you wake up in the morning and feel like, oh, आज फिर से जाना पड़ेगा, that day you should quit your job. And that stuck with me. And I just took it around 180 degree and I said, every day I wake up, I'm going to be excited about something that I do today. So once you have that mindset, it took a time because you used to think, मैं ये करूँगा, office जाके कोई कुछ लेके आ जाए, कोई कुछ लेके आ जाए, and it would be crazy. Nobody would care, and then your day would be spoiled. So then I realized कि नहीं, make your goals very very simple. Like if I wake up in the morning and I decide आज मैं एक फूल सूंघ के जाऊँगा, and my day is made. You can't wipe out the smile from my face. So मेरा high or low out हो गया. I'm always on a high. Same way, if I decide something, I'll start my day. My office starts, let's say 9 o'clock. I start my day at 5 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock I'm in the office. 7 to 9 I've finished my day. जो काम मुझे करने हैं, I've already finished. So 9 onwards I'm available to everybody for any kind of challenge, any kind of questions, any kind of work that is there. So that way, I don't have highs and lows. So it's always a balance. So it's always mechanical. If there's a situation, the problem starts when we start reacting to the situation. And what I do is, I know if this is the situation, these are the next steps, these are the options. Logically, this sounds okay. You move forward. The moment you stop reacting, the highs and lows goes away.
And sir, what are some emerging technologies in fintech space that you are particularly excited about?
I don't track fintech much. That's not something I'm very focused on. But I think the role of artificial intelligence and marrying them to a lot of repetitive tasks or where wide data is available and nothing is being done is going to be an exciting new field now. So, for example, if you look into agriculture is one area where the AI boom can create a lot of impact because today a lot of things is done in a very inefficient manner where the entire supply chain is inefficient, the processing is completely person driven, and tomorrow's battles will be fought for food and water, and these are two areas where there's a lot of wastage. I'll give you an example. The water that we get and which we throw out, a country like Israel recovers about 90% of that water. So there is no waste. The water goes, they process it, and then again recycle it back. Okay. The next country in line is about 20% reuse. So between 90% and 20% is a large gap. And I'm sure a lot of work on grassroots, whether it is agriculture, whether it is the way we grow food, how we process our day-to-day things, our buildings, the way we design. Today these buildings are inefficient buildings. These are concrete buildings which are bad in heat and cold. Okay, but structurally strong. But there will be a lot of new things that will emerge in the coming days, which would be much more sustainable. So agriculture, water, food, buildings, these are some core domain areas where we should see a lot of change coming in. With large computing powers, with large systems which can design new. Like AI is today discovering a lot of material, lot of molecules which were assumed to be, which would have taken long years of experimentation to discover. They are now simulating and coming up to answers. So I think those are quite exciting areas that we should be looking forward to. There will be a lot of change. Quantum computing is another, next couple of years. Energy is another space where the way we are today generating and consuming energy and the way what it's looking for in future, whether it is solar, whether it is hydrogen, there are a lot of exciting opportunities coming.
Sir, how you approach, like you said you work with a lot of different people and startups, how you approach them?
I don't look at them very differently. Most of the startups are about exciting ideas, and what I bring to the table is a sense that any exciting idea will take its own sweet time to grow, mature. Normally what happens is when we come up with an idea, we are so in love with that idea, we say, this is the best thing to happen. And then when things don't work out well is when we start getting frustrated, and those startups getting there's another approach which says, startups ka grow very fast and then sell off and walk away. But that's not how businesses run. Businesses run where they provide a service, provide a solution, and the revenues come in. आज हमारे पुराने किराने की दुकान होते थे कॉलोनीज में, पुणे में, हस्बैंड वाइफ चलाते थे, उनके पेरेंट्स आके हेल्प करते थे, बच्चे स्कूल के बाद आके हेल्प करते थे. It was a generational business. Today you suddenly have large stores which are stocking so many products, but then the average age of employees retiring is not more than 25-26 years. 25-26 में नॉन वायबल हो जाते हैं, सैलरी इतनी ज़्यादा मांगते हैं कि वो फिर उनको भगा के नए लोगों को ले लेते हैं. So these are not sustainable business models. So what I tell the startups is, look into business models which are here for a long term, and do not fall in love with your solution. Fall in love with the problem. Because if you fall in love with the problem, you'll find 10 different solutions. You can pivot different occasions to different things. What is it that you are solving should be important, not the solution. Because you will discover 10 different ways to do it as you go forward. So that's why my role with startups is basically creating a bit of semblance of how things are, how things they can look up in future, how they should approach the business, and how there are going to be no miracles. So startups को लगता है कि मैंने सोच लिया और मैंने when they start growing they will add teams and they will imagine that everybody will perform with the same energy and same vision. It doesn't happen. So I try to bring it in कि हाँ, it's a long haul, बहुत मेहनत होगी. मतलब in my peak days I have worked 365 days a year. दिवाली के दिन सुबह हम काम करके फिर उसके बाद पूजा करते थे फैक्ट्री में, फिर घर जाते थे. That would be the only break that we had. Saturdays, Sundays, we work all days. So it's a tough journey when you want to run something. And when you think of it, our ancestors, when जो original human beings जब वो they were what were they? They were hunters, gatherers. Hunting में तो ऐसा नहीं होता था ना, आज vacation day है, खाना तो रोज चाहिए होता था. अगर चल गया 4 दिन तो चल गया. किसान बोलता है कि आज छुट्टी है, बोला आज संडे है, आज फसल नहीं काटूंगा. तो जो उसको करना है करना है. So these are things that you have to be very clear when you are trying to build something new. It will take time, it will take effort. It's not going to be easy. But then the outcome, you can look back and say with a lot of pride that this is what I created. So I think that's the important part. And there is no quick rich solution. So, हैं examples पर वो मतलब ना वो 1% examples हैं. 99% it's all about day in day out effort and living normal life which takes care of your needs. So I think that's what I bring to the table with all these startups.
So what were some of the biggest challenges you faced by Zeta?
At Zeta, not really much. But when I ran my own factory, there were quite a few large challenges. Like one time we had a fire in our factory. Okay, and the entire factory was gone. And we didn't know what to do because we were delivering to automotive lines. सब ऑटोमोटिव हमारे यहाँ तो हम 500-600 लोग खाली बैठ जाते, पर ऑटोमोटिव कस्टमर के यहाँ हजारों लोग हैं जो हमारे कंपोनेंट्स पे डिपेंडेंट थे. सो इट वाज वन बिग चैलेंज, बट देन when I entered the factory, it was burning, people were crying, people were delirious कि क्या हो गया. The only thing we said was, can we change what has happened? We can't. So that means, what are the next steps? So immediately split the team into 3 parts. One would ensure that whatever is available, let's deliver it to the customers. Whatever can be salvaged, let's salvage that. Whatever is needed to restore the plant, let's work it on. Split it into logical groups. And thankfully, we could come out of that very quickly. We had support of our suppliers, we had support of our customers. At the end of the month, we realized that the customer didn't lose their production. They managed it by shifting the vehicles here and there. We could salvage a lot of products and deliver it to the customer. It was a great learning experience, and it helped us realize that businesses don't work in alone. It's always an ecosystem, right? From your staff, your workers, your suppliers, your customers. If you take care of all of them, when you are in crisis, they take care of you. I think that was one of the biggest challenge that we faced. Otherwise, ups and downs चलते रहते हैं. When you run something, it's always going to be up and down.
So सर जैसे कंपनी स्टार्ट करने में हमेशा एक ही दिक्कत होती है, which was the first day of the business. So how you started your first day of Zeta Labs?
So Zeta Labs was very easy because I had already run a business for 25 years. For me, it was very easy. I was clear what I wanted to do. So I have a lab close by with, it's a 3-story building with ground floor पे तो अब हम वो बनाना वाला हम production कर रहे हैं, plus we have opened a store for Shakti Jhola. But first floor is where we have startups coming in and working on them. And top floor there are 2 rooms which are my labs. So it all starts with a lab. So like I have a hydroponics facility inside this office. I grow my own vegetables. मैं पालक लेटस यहाँ उगा लेता हूँ. वो लाइट जो जल रही है बाहर, that's basically LED lights. LED lights में they are growing vegetables here. अभी तो harvest हो चुका है उसका, ज़्यादा अभी बचा नहीं. I'm waiting for the seeds to come out. But I grow my own food. We run experiments with coffee जो मैं पीता हूँ. Coffee में मशरूम उगा रहा हूँ. फिर coffee जो उसका filter coffee के जो waste होता है उसमें मशरूम उगा रहे हैं. Then there's a laser that we were using. We were working with a startup which makes robots for farming. Crop rover बनाते हैं. तो उसमें हमने कहा कि can the laser be used, commercial laser be used to burn the weeds? तो laser facility मेरे यहाँ पे है. छोटा सा portable laser है जिसपे भी वो तो जब वो नहीं होता है तो मैं अपना खुद का कुछ experiments करता रहता हूँ. मैं ये जो woodwork दिख रहा है ये मेरे हाथ के बने हुए हैं on that laser. So I do 10 different things. So basically keeps me busy. And Zeta को जब हमने start किया था, it was all about me experimenting with what I felt was great solutions on ground, which people were not validating. So I have lots of equipments with which I work, experiment, and if I find something is interesting, and if a startup comes along who wants to work on that, we join hands and say, we will create the technology, you run the startup. I don't want to run any more businesses. So we encourage them, and if it's needed, then we invest in those businesses. If they need it, if they want us as a stakeholder, we can come in as a stakeholder. But our interest is not in the money part of the business. Our interest is in create solutions. So that's what we do.
And sir, how do you maintain such kind of good environment and culture amongst your employees in Zeta?
So we don't have employees as such. We have teams. So everybody is free to work the way they want to. We have our own set of teams. So we have got 2 sets of teams that work out of this office. We have the Zeta team, which now has more or less moved to the lab, and we have the Udyam team. So most of these teams are self-contained. They have their goals, they have their targets. We maintain it like a healthy workplace. हंसते खेलते रहते हैं, मस्ती करते रहते हैं. काम सबको मालूम है, focus सबको मालूम है. What are the goals? We discuss those goals. What are the challenges? We discuss them. Come up with creative ideas.
So can you share any upcoming project?
Upcoming project, what I'm working on right now is related to basically bio products. So basically bio leather, waste, whether it is cloth waste or your organic waste, converting them into packaging material. So it's something that I'm quite excited about right now. Like I'm extracting oil right now from oil seeds. The oil goes to my home, but then the waste that's created, जिसको हम हिंदी में खली बोलते हैं, which mainly goes for a cattle feed, we are trying to convert that into packaging material. So the idea is that packaging material is another value stream. Once your packaging is done, and when you throw it away, it becomes cattle feed again. So we are trying to create more value streams out of existing chains, because that's the way we will have a lot more of these technology becoming self-sustainable. राइट नाउ हम जब भी ऑर्गेनिक बोलते हैं तो उसका रेट ज़्यादा होता है. हम भी कोई भी एनवायरमेंटली सस्टेनेबल प्रोडक्ट बोलते हैं तो उसका रेट ज़्यादा होता है. वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रेक दैट मिथ. वी आर ट्राइंग टू से if you create more value streams, then most of these products can be made viable, can be made competitive. So that's what we are trying to do.
So sir, as you said, आप लद्दाख गए थे. So is there any state in India like Ladakh which has an opportunity to build business?
Every state has an opportunity. Ladakh was a case where there was no business opportunity at all because it's a barren, cold desert. वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं उगता है, वहाँ पे कुछ भी इंडस्ट्री नहीं है. But that's the land of possibilities. How do you figure out possibilities where there are none? There's a story, na, कि there's a salesman who goes to an island and he's to sell shoes and he says कोई मार्केट नहीं है, यहाँ कोई जूते नहीं पहनता है. दूसरा सेल्समैन जाता है, बोले मार्केट ही मार्केट है, यहाँ कोई जूते नहीं पहनता है. So that's the difference that you see. You have to find opportunities. You have to study the ecosystem and say where is the sweet spot where we can create. So I think every state has its unique opportunities. Today we have to only tap it. अभी हमारा क्या हो जाता है, we make a template and then we start replicating. हम दिमाग नहीं लगाते ना, जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि भाई जैसे बनाना में किसी ने बोला कि बनाना में फाइबर एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं, फाइबर एक्सट्रैक्ट करने लगे, साड़ियाँ बनाने लगे, हैंडीक्राफ्ट बनाने लगे, वो जैसे वो बनाना का वो कप बना हुआ है यहाँ पे ना, ये इस तरह की चीजें बना रहे हैं. बट दैट फाइबर यील्ड इन अ बनाना इज ओनली 3 to 4% ऑफ द प्लांट. इफ वी हैड गॉन, कोई भेड़चाल में हम जाते तो हम भी वही फाइबर करते रहते. बट व्हाट वी डिड वाज हमने पूरे मास को लिया, स्क्वीज किया, उसका जूस बनाया, वो ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर हो गया. उसमें जो पल्प बचा, पत्तियां, स्टेम, एवरीथिंग पुट टुगेदर, उसको स्टार्च के साथ मिक्स किया, हमने प्लेट बनाया. प्लेट के बाद वो एडिबल कैटल फीड बन गया. So you have to think out of the box and see what is the potential. You can't use the same template everywhere. Right now the problem with our sector is that everybody just tries to कि इसने ऐसा किया है तो हम ऐसा बनाएंगे. We have to study the market, figure out what works best here, and then do that.
Sir, do you ever have faced the worst phase in your industry, and how did you overcome from it?
I think I talked about it with that fire thing. That was one of the worst phase. Otherwise, if you do something, if you run something, there will be setbacks every day. Up and down रोज होता है. It's up to you. How do you get up every time and say, चलो अगला क्या? That's more important. You can never have a smooth ride. There will be challenges. It's how you, the approach you take to face those challenges is more important than the challenges. हम क्या होता है, challenges आते हैं तो घबराने लग जाते हैं, भगवान को याद करने लग जाते हैं, बोले पुराने जन्म में क्या किया था. अरे बाबा, सामने प्रॉब्लम है, उसको सॉल्व करो. Is there any other option but to solve it? है ना? And accept that there will be problems. The moment you accept that there will be problems, you will be better prepared to face it. आधे वक्त हम शॉक में रहते हैं कि ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया, हम प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने की चिंता नहीं करते हैं. आपके सामने अचानक शेर आ जाए तो क्या करेंगे? ना, घबराने से तो फायदा नहीं है. या तो भागना पड़ेगा या लड़ना पड़ेगा, दोनों में से कोई एक करना पड़ेगा. अगर उस पे पहला थॉट जाता है कि मैं भागूंगा या लड़ूंगा, तो योर चांसेस ऑफ सर्वाइवल आर लॉट मोर देन रिमेनिंग स्टंट देयर एंड गेटिंग मॉल्ड बाय द टाइगर. खड़े रहोगे तो 100% टाइगर आ जाएगा. भागोगे या लड़ोगे तो 10% चांस है कि सर्वाइव कर जाओगे. तो 10% को कैसे 100% बनाना है, ये दिमाग का काम है. And if you are thinking at that point, that 10% will climb to 100% at some point. If you stop thinking and only worry about ये क्या हो गया, then you are done. तब तो खाया जाओगे.
So do you plan taking Zeta Lab internationally?
I don't really. I'm a strong believer of creating small changes at my level, at a local level. So first of all, Zeta is not meant for creating, solutions for everybody. So what we are here focused is, we will work on ideas that we are passionate about. Once we have a curated idea, we would like startups to connect with us. If there are startups who are connecting with us, we would like to offer them different ideas that they can build. So we don't want to build the companies. We would rather have those startups process those solved problems and take them forward as organizations. So that's the way we are approaching it. So ideally, some of these ideas like the banana plate, some of the models that we are building and some of the ideas can certainly be implemented internationally. So that's not a limitation. But then, do we want to go and do that? We don't want to go and do that. We would rather have startups doing it for us. So we would love to work with talented youngsters, talented startups who can come with us, think through the ideas and take them forward. We don't want to run businesses. We are here to solve problems. We want to be the problem solvers rather than the business creators.
Stay inspired.
How do I stay inspired? लाइफ इतनी सी है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, है ना? तो जितने ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंसेस, जितने ज़्यादा आइडियाज, जितने ज़्यादा थिंग्स दैट यू कैन डू इन दैट पीरियड इज व्हाट लाइफ इज अबाउट. तो इंस्पिरेशन तो रोज सुबह रहती है. रोज मैंने बोला ना, my TED talk says waking up to an exciting day every day. So I remain excited every day. आज ये करूँगा, आज ये करूँगा.
So what was the most difficult decision you have ever taken for a particular company, not for Zeta, for other companies that you have started or worked in, and as that impacted your company at that time the most? How?
Lots of decisions. When you run companies, especially, there are so many decisions that you take which impact in different ways. Like when we were running this composite business, I remember initial days we had offers from London buses to make parts, and they wanted us to deliver painted parts. At that point, we were not doing painting as an operation. We were just doing simple black primer application और black paint application. And everybody said, इसमें बहुत टाइम लग रहा है, बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, पेंटिंग में हमारे इसमें एबिलिटी नहीं है. But I persisted for about 2 years. 2 years later, we suddenly got an order where the customer wanted all their parts delivered online painted. That means the quality of painting had to go from, let's say, 20 to 100 straight away. And the best part was, because we had invested those 2 years, we were better prepared. Same way, at some point, we knew we had seasonal fluctuations. Like peak season में हमारा volume would be 100 and lean season में 10 पे आ जाता था. Now we were a manual painting process and manufacturing process, so we couldn't change people. So I had something in mind कि भाई इसको robotic किया जा सकता है. But then a good painting robot would cost about 1.5 crores. So I said, first let me understand robot. 10-20 हज़ार का robotic kit खरीदा. उसके आर्म्स को बिल्ड किया, कनेक्ट किया, कंप्यूटर से कनेक्ट किया, कंट्रोलर को प्रोग्राम किया, उसका मूवमेंट समझा कैसे होता है. एंड देन वी कनेक्टेड विद एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दैट वाज डीलिंग इन सेकंड हैंड रोबोट्स. तो लकीली वी कुड गेट अ रोबोट. उस रोबोट को मैंने अडैप्ट किया, उसको मॉडिफाई किया, डिजाइन किया. वो जो 1.5 करोड़ का रोबोट आता था पेंटिंग का, हमने उसको 13 लाख में बना लिया. तो वी बिल्ट अ सॉल्यूशन व्हिच वाज. So it took 2 years of conviction to build that thing. कि कैसे करेंगे, उस पे experimentation चला. So every problem, starts with you first experiment and find out what are the better ways of doing. Don't jump into it straight away and say कि भाई
नहीं हो पाया ऐसा.
तो हमने उसको 2 साल मेहनत किया, but finally when it came up, it automated our process.
That's fantastic.
सर जैसे बाहर की कंट्रीज AI यूज कर रही है, तो सर इज इट लाइक कि इंडिया इस वजह से पीछे जा रहा है बिजनेस, इंडिया के बिजनेसेस दूसरी कंट्री के AI लॉन्च करने से पीछे जा रहे हैं?
देखो इंडिया में ना हमारा प्रोडक्ट पे फोकस बहुत कम रहा है ट्रेडिशनली. हम सर्विसेज पे घुस गए हैं, और ये लास्ट 30-40 इयर्स का ये जर्नी रहा है that we have never focused on products, and that's something that is going to hurt us. Okay, but India has a lot of opportunities in implementing what has already been developed into great applications. Like today, you're far behind the AI race. You've not built your own models. Fair enough. Now that those models are freely available, what can you build using it? I think that's the more important stage. I think that's where, as a country, we need a very clear direction and focus. कि अब वो नए मॉडल्स, जैसे हम चैट जीपीटी 1.5 साल तक बोलते रहे, वो धीरे से डीप सीक आया, खा गया ना. बट देन दैट डिडंट हैपन सडनली. चाइना हैड इन्वेस्टेड इन डीप सीक फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड. ओके, दे न्यू. हमारे यहाँ पे व्हेन टेक्नोलॉजीज आर इमर्जिंग, वी आर हार्डली इन्वेस्टिंग टाइम एंड मनी इनटू इट. वी आर ग्रेट एट कमिंग, when something picks up, then we start running towards it. I think that attitude certainly has to change. That's a need. But given that there are technologies now available, how do you adapt that to your conditions? Like you see, आज foreign countries में population कम है. यूरोप यूएसए में देख लें, population कम है, land mass ज़्यादा है, they can afford to be inefficient. And AI brings in some sort of efficiency and automation. India में the use cases will be vastly different. India में use cases for those AI, हम उसको के direct use cases को copy करेंगे तो यहाँ नहीं चलेगा. We have to build our own use cases here on the AI models. How do you develop better ways to do things using what is available? I think applicators की आज हमारे देश में बहुत कमी है जो अच्छे ideas को contextualize करके implement कर सके. So that's an opportunity.
सर लाइक अभी जैसे 2 साल हो गए ऑलमोस्ट चैट जीपीटी को, तो अभी तक इंडिया में मैंने सुना नहीं, आई हैव नेवर हर्ड कि people are using AI, even big businesses are
नहीं, big businesses are using AI in a way, great way, and AI का वो hit आना शुरू होगा. अभी दिक्कत यही हो रहा है कि big businesses are using, like अभी recently InMobi, which is another great startup, they announced that they have already moved 50% of their programming to AI. Programmers नहीं है उनके, and by end of this year 80% of their programming will be AI generated. That means 80% programmers will not be needed, है ना. अब ये हो गया वो एप्लीकेशन जिसमें you are using AI to eliminate people. But point is AI has a great potential to solve grassroots problems. आज आपके पास plethora of data है. Whether it is weather data, land data, soil data, water data, so much can be done with those data sets. Put it on an AI model and compute things that can be optimized for those locations. आज क्या होता है, हम जैसे एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ पानी का, है ना. हम सोचते हैं कि वो नल लगा देंगे तो हर जगह पानी पहुंच जाएगा. हमारा जल जीवन मिशन है ना, which says घर घर पानी. बट लद्दाख में क्या होता है मालूम है, वो जल जीवन मिशन के पानी के नलों का, वो नल लगाते हैं, वो -20 में तो पानी पहले से ही जमा हुआ तो आएगा ही, है ना. तो कंटेक्चुअलाइज करना बहुत जरूरी है. आप राजस्थान में चले जाएंगे तो वहाँ अलग है, गुजरात में चले जाएंगे, मध्य प्रदेश में चले जाएंगे, बावड़ियों का कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, तालाब का कॉन्सेप्ट है. हर जगह अलग अलग सोल्यूशंस हैं जो काम करते हैं. व्हेन वी वर्क इन अ गवर्नमेंटल अप्रोच, हम क्या करते हैं, एक स्टैंडर्ड मॉडल लेते हैं, हर जगह बोलते हैं पानी की टंकी बना दो, है ना. वो नहीं होता है. AI today has the potential of capturing a lot of local wisdom, lot of local knowledge and contextualizing solution which says इस एरिया में अगर ये पैरामीटर्स हैं तो दिस विल वर्क बेटर. जो विजडम है, विजडम को हम AI में बिल्ड कर सकते हैं, टू बिल्ड कम अप विद यूनिक रिकमेंडेशंस लुकिंग एट द वेरियस ज्योग्राफिक कंडीशंस. सो आई थिंक दैट्स अ ग्रेट पोटेंशियल फॉर AI which can be a game changer in India. Today we are not harnessing that. इस पे लोग काम करना शुरू कर रहे हैं और अच्छे स्टार्टअप्स कर रहे हैं काम, पर इट्स स्टिल नॉट रीच्ड इट्स पोटेंशियल.
सर एज यू सेड पीपल, मतलब AI आ रहा है, सो प्रोग्रामर्स आर गेटिंग आउट ऑफ कंपनीज, तो इससे सर जीडीपी तो बढ़ जाएगी इंडिया की, पर कैपिटा इनकम तो वैसी रहेगी जैसे आज है. बाहर इंडिया दिखती है कि बहुत बड़ी कंट्री, बट इंडिया वालों को पता है इंडिया कितनी बड़ी कंट्री है.
सी जीडीपी ना एक फिक्टिशियस नंबर है. जीडीपी के भरोसे आप नहीं कर सकते. हर साल आपकी कीमतें बढ़ रही हैं, आपकी जीडीपी बढ़ जाएगी, है ना. ये लॉलीपॉप है जो बेवकूफ बनाने के काम है ना. जो आपने बोला ना पर कैपिटा अर्निंग कैपेबिलिटी, there's a very scary statistics. During the British rule, 1% of people in the country held 28% of its wealth. Today the statistics is 1% of the people are holding 40% of its wealth. So as you rightly said, the distribution of wealth, the distribution of money is a very important parameter. Na? And that's where I feel democratizing knowledge, democratizing solutions is a great opportunity with AI. आज क्या हो रहा है, जिसके पास assets हैं, resources हैं, वो उसको grow किए जा रहा है, and lots of people are not utilizing. आज I'll give you the example of our villages. Let's go back 200 years. What did the British do to India? They used to take our cotton, iron ore, coal, take it to Manchester, वहाँ factories चलती थी, and they would deliver finished products to India. Okay? Value addition happened there, and we only exported raw material. If you look at our villages today, हम गेहूं वहाँ से खरीदते हैं, गेहूं वहाँ से गांव से बेच रहे हैं, ठीक है. गेहूं क्या रुपए किलो बिकता है? 24 रुपए किलो, है ना. आटा कितने रुपए किलो बिकता है? जो आपकी चक्की में पिस के आता है, चक्की में 3 रुपए किलो पिसता है, पर आटे का बैग कितने में आता है आपको? 40 रुपए का. रोटी कितने में मिलती है मेस में आपको? 150 रुपए किलो में. केक कितने में मिलता है? 1000 रुपए किलो में. वही 24 रुपए का गेहूं 40 रुपए, 150 रुपए, 1000 रुपए में कन्वर्ट होके अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट देकर. ओके, इफ यू डोंट ऐड वैल्यू if you don't sell value added products, you're not going to make money. And that's why गांव से लोग भाग भाग के शहर में आते हैं. हमको गांव को enable करना है value addition के लिए. And that's where I feel AI can help democratize a lot of these things. Because अब AI में वो knowledge एक जगह concentrated नहीं है. आज किसी के फोन पे आ गया है AI. वो फोन पे AI पे आप पूछ सकते हैं कि मैं इसमें क्या करूं और वो बता देगा ऐसा करो, है ना? So potential बहुत strong है. We only need implementers who can create these changes using now the worldwide knowledge available in a summarized form. अब किसी को पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो curated question पूछ रहा है, उसका आपको जवाब मिलेगा. So I think that's a great opportunity using AI to create and harness solutions.
Sir, so currently आपके competitors कौन-कौन हैं? And how do you manage to go up against them?
I don't have any competitors. You know, whoever is doing the work in a similar domain like us, we would rather collaborate with them and work with them rather than be compete. हम किस लिए compete करेंगे? हम तो चाहते हैं कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस तरह का change आए. I would rather work with everyone. मतलब किसी के पास कोई नया idea है तो I would rather learn from them and use them. Or if we have something that we have discovered, जैसे हमारा ये बनाना वाला is open source. We are freely giving them this formulation. We don't want to make money out of it. So the objective of my lab is not to make money. It is about solving problems on ground and how do you create, solutions that work everywhere. So हमारा कोई competitor नहीं है. जो भी है हमारे दोस्त हैं. उनसे हम सीखते हैं, हम उनसे सीखते हैं.
So sir, money was ever your concern at first?
देखो, my money part of life is over. For 25 years I've run my business, earned enough money.
Not for now, before.
मैं कभी भी money के पीछे तो नहीं दौड़ा, है ना? मैं हमेशा अच्छी चीज करने के लिए दौड़ा हूँ, money पीछे दौड़ा है.
नहीं, was it ever your concern कि थोड़ा बहुत भी लगा कि like थोड़ा
कहीं
से
नहीं.
नहीं ऐसा नहीं हुआ आपके साथ?
I've been fortunate enough, मतलब पैसा को हमने जब मैंने left Infosys, I would have gone to USA and हो सकता है USA सेटल हो जाता. I came back here at half the salary, ना? उस वक्त भी ये सोचा नहीं कि पैसे का क्या. आज भी I've never asked questions on how much will I get for some activity. आप पैसे के पीछे दौड़ोगे तो आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज करोगे. आप अच्छी चीजों के पीछे दौड़ोगे तो पैसा अपने आप पीछे दौड़ेगा. If you solve things, if you solve problems, money will run after you. If you run after money, problems will run after you. तो मैं प्रॉब्लम्स के पीछे दौड़ता हूँ, पैसा अपने आप पीछे आता है. पैसा कभी भी रिस्ट्रेन नहीं होता है. ये हमने स्टडी किया है कि पैसा कभी भी लिमिटेशन नहीं होता है. अगर आप अच्छी चीज कर रहे हैं, अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, पैसा अपने आप आता है.
सर जैसे अभी इंडिया में एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बड़े बिजनेसेस का छोटी मोटी फैक्ट्री कॉपी करती है. इट कैन बी बिस्किट्स, चॉकलेट. तो सर ये मेंटालिटी क्या है इंडिया की कि ये सिर्फ कॉपी ही करना, नए प्रोडक्ट अपने नहीं लाना?
सही नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है कि यही है. कई बार छोटी कंपनीज को भी बड़ी कंपनी कॉपी कर लेती है ना? तो मतलब आज इंदौर में जो नमकीन का मॉडल है, आज से 20 साल पहले मेरा एक कॉलेज का फ्रेंड जो एक बड़ी कंपनी में काम करता था, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम दैट एमएनसी, वेरी वेल नोन एमएनसी, वर्ल्ड वाइड एमएनसी, वो आया इंदौर और उसने इंदौर से बोला किस लिए आया? बोले पर इंदौर से मेरे को नमकीन कलेक्ट करने को आया. तो 30-40 वैरायटी नमकीन वो बैग में भर के लेके गया. उसके 6 महीने बाद मैंने देखा वो बड़ी कंपनी ने उसमें से 5-6 ब्रांड लॉन्च किए अपने नाम से. पर ऑब्वियसली वो चल नहीं गया क्योंकि उनका बिजनेस मॉडल अलग था. यहाँ तो हमारे बिल्कुल खाते पीते शहर वाले हैं, उनको मालूम है क्या चलता है, क्या स्वाद है, किस तरह से. तो it's not always that big companies copy small, are being copied by small. Even the small are copied by big. It's about having a good business model. And आपका मॉडल अगर लोग कॉपी कर रहे हैं तो that means that you have a great model. Number 1. Number 2, if you don't keep evolving and coming up with better products, आपको बाकी लोग कॉपी करके ला जाएंगे. ये तो बहुत नेचुरल है ना? मतलब जिसने पहला शिकार करने के लिए भाला बनाया, वो क्या अकेला वो भाले के साथ मर गया क्या? नहीं मरा ना. उस भाले को 10 लोगों ने कॉपी किया. जिसने पहला बीज ढूंढा कि ये गैदरर से अब नाउ वी कैन डू फार्मिंग, डिड ही डाई विद दोस सीड्स? नो. देयर वर 20 अदर पीपल, थाउजेंड्स ऑफ पीपल हु कॉपीड एंड टुडे वी हैव रीच्ड अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. जिसने स्टीम इंजन बनाया, उसको 10 लोगों ने कॉपी करके नए एप्लीकेशंस ढूंढे. जिसने कंप्यूटर बनाया, उस कंप्यूटर के 10 एप्लीकेशन और निकले. आज एआई बनाया तो वो भी कॉपी हो रहा है, उसके भी 10 एप्लीकेशन हो रहे हैं. कई ओपन सोर्स मॉडल है, यू कैन क्रिएट योर ओन लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल. तो कॉपिंग इज नॉट द प्रॉब्लम, बट creating plagiarism is a problem. अगर आप वही मतलब वो जैसे वॉल्वो बस आई थी तो उसके 2 साल बाद फिर बसेस आने लगी वॉल्वो, बेल्वो, वॉल्वो, वॉल्वो, मतलब अलग अलग नाम करके. That is not fair. But yes, if you have a great model and it's being copied, that's a compliment to you. But a challenge also to you. How do you do it better again? Where you know you go ahead of the competition.
So what's the most important skill for CEO?
The ability to listen. Ability to listen to all their stakeholders and take strategic decisions. Finally, a CEO is responsible for making sure that things are. He observes everything, understands everything, digests everything, and take a call which is best for the larger mass.
So what was the decision that
Yeah,
you
was
can? Huh? So what the decision you can change?
Pause the video.
अच्छा,
Shefali.